This is that German guy, Josh Runquist, and I am here over the phone with Alex Bent of Battlecross, who's going to be doing an awesome set in St. Paul, Minnesota at the Amsterdam, opening for Crowbar and also touring with Lord Dying. How's it going?
Going great, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just like before the interview, I unfortunately couldn't make it out tonight, but I'm glad I'm able to sit down with you here. This is actually my first phone interview in my new studio, so it's not just the first interview that you've done in a while, but it's also going to be the first one for me at my home studio as well, which is pretty cool.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Oh, very much so. So how has the tour been so far?
It's been a lot of fun, man. The shows have been great. The guys in Crowbar are just super awesome. Some of the nicest guys I've met. Lord Dying, same thing. Everyone gets along really good. It's cool to be on tour with bands where everyone just gets along, and it's just a total. Everyone's just all bros. It's really cool.
Oh, very much so. And I love this kind of lineup as well, because all three of the bands do not sound alike, but it all makes sense touring this kind of package.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it more exciting. Like, for me personally, when I go to a show, like, that's what I look for, is a show where every band is different and sticks out in their own way. And I think it really benefits each band, I think. It really makes each band stick out.
Oh, very much so. I mean, like with Crowbar, Battlecross, and Lord Dying, I mean, it's going to be an awesome night, especially if you make it out there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Oh, very cool. So how did this tour come together?
To be honest, I don't know exactly, because I just play drums, so I just get told, this is when we're doing it, be ready. So, I know that they were talking about it for a little while. There was talk of it, because I don't know if we had got admitted for it or something like that, but I think officially got the offer like a couple months ago, like before it all ended up going down.
Oh, very cool. Well, I'm glad to see this, and I'm glad to see that you guys are going to be touring for your upcoming album, which is going to be coming out pretty soon. What went into the process of the new album?
Well, the new album is done. We are releasing it. I think the release date is, I want to say August 23rd. It's either the 23rd or the 25th. And yeah, I mean, we've been playing 2 new songs off of it on this tour, and we've just been getting really great crowd response. Yeah, it's going to be really crazy coming up. We have a lot of things that are kind of getting lined up right now. We have a tour with GWAR in August, around the same time that the album drops, and we're hoping that doors will just continue to open so that we could just keep on being out there.
Oh, very much so. I mean, you guys have been very fortunate over the years, even though you just as much as you have.
Oh, absolutely. It was like when I've been playing with the band since last July, and it was like I walked in and immediately it was just like boom, I'd never been on so many airplanes in my life, going to South America and all over the place and playing with Kill Switch Engage and stuff. It's truly just absolute blessing. I mean, it's just crazy walking into it and it being so chaotic, and then the guys being like, yeah, this is what it's been like for the past, 4 years or whatever,
Oh, that is so cool. I mean, you've already have an impressive resume for all the bands that you've toured with and been a part of so far, and now full-time with Battlecross. How is it compared to being in Battlecross compared to the rest of your repertoire?
Oh, as far as the bands before?
Yeah.
Well, I would say, with Battlecross, it's cool. I feel like I'm around a lot of guys where it feels like home to me. They're very, very thankful. I've never been with a band that cares about their fans as much as these guys. I mean, it blows my mind, and even though I've been playing with them for a while, I still look at it from an outsider's perspective, just like, wow, these guys, they truly love their fans and will do anything for them, like they're very, very selfless. And I would say that's what kind of makes them stick out to me. I mean, and the other bands I've played with have been awesome too. I mean, not saying anything bad about them, but I guess just with this, it's just different. I just look at it like, wow, these guys, there's something different with these guys. They're very humble, they're very giving, and they want to please their fan base very much, and I think that's super cool.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
So, the new album is going to be the first time featuring you on drums recorded for Battlecross. How is it, what do you feel that you're bringing into the fold compared to the older Battlecross material with what you do?
Well, For me, it was more just like, the guys told me, we want you to be you. When they kind of chose me to be a part of this, they chose me because they liked what I did. They liked the feel, of how I play and like my background of doing a lot of jazz fusion and gospel music and stuff like that. So it was like right off the bat, they were like, we want you to do what you do. We want you to be Alex on this album. And that's what I did. And so far, I mean, it seems like they're really happy with it. And if they're happy with it, I'm happy with it. I came in wanting to please them, wanting to go, okay, I'm an outsider coming in, and I want you guys to be happy with it, and I want it to feel comfortable. I want it to be tasty and powerful. And so far, they've said that they're extremely happy with it, and that I've brought myself to the table, and that it's, just been another thing to add to what they already have going on, and in stepping in for, filling the shoes of Shannon Lucas and all the guys who played with them, they're like some of my biggest inspirations, and it's just been an honor, man.
Oh, very much so. I mean, it's got to be such a great experience to join a band like Battlecross, who had such big inspirations for you, but still being able to show off your chops as well, and just adding to the band.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been in musical situations, whether it's doing live recording or filling in for tours or whatever, where, they're saying, we're hiring you to do this. We want you to play like this or play like this guy. And it's like, cool, that's awesome. I'll do whatever you want me to do. But it was really cool with these guys where they're just like, hey, here's some scratch tracks and ideas. Do your thing. Be you. It's like, oh, cool. Okay.
Oh, very much so. I mean, that's always just such a great experience. But but with Battlecross, have you had to change your setup at all as far as the drum kit goes?
Actually, no. I play, on the last album, Shannon Lucas had the same setup as me, and I kind of wanted to keep it that way, so I haven't really had to change anything. I think the only thing I really added to my kit was a couple splashes, which has been really fun. A lot of their music kind of calls for a lot of that stuff. So, I mean, really just that, maybe a couple splashes, and just really mainly just kind of changing the way that I play, not so much the setup, just really focusing on hitting harder and just trying to be as solid as possible.
Yeah, that's definitely important with Battlecross being as tight as they are live and on record. It's important to be able to keep that up as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of the stuff I've done before has been, past, Brutal Deathmo or whatever, I did Filled In with Decrepit Birds and Rings of Saturn and, different stuff like that where it's like speed. And with this, it's a total different approach, like I said, it's, hitting hard, being solid, and just trying to make the band sound as good as possible, Oh,
very much so. And I gotta say, even though I'm not there tonight, you have such an impressive setup and an impressive way of how you play it. I mean, it's such a great feeling to be able to hear you coming up on the new Battlecross album when I go pick that up. It's going to be really cool to see what you're bringing to the fold.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm hoping that people enjoy it, and that everyone, I personally, I think it's a very dynamic album, and I hope that people all feel the same way. I hope that they enjoy it.
Oh, very much so. I know I'm looking forward to it. With the new album, was there anything that didn't make it on the album that you guys were considering, or any B-sides or covers that might not be on the album?
No, there was nothing like that. We had a couple songs that we thought were not going to make it on the album. We had one that was actually written by our bass player, Don, that it was literally just like, I think it was like 2 riffs. And we were in the studio, and they were like, we don't really know about this one. This one's probably not going to make it. And it ended up being the song that, one of the ones that we enjoy the most, that we've been playing live every night, and that we're actually going to be filming a music video to.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so we were kind of like, oh, that's cool, We thought it wasn't even going to make it, and then it ended up being one that we were like, oh, dang, that's a really good song.
Yeah, it's amazing how that can happen as a songwriter. It's like sometimes just like riffs that you can't even imagine being a full song become like a huge hit or a favorite of the band.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I think that's what kind of is another fun part about the whole writing and different stuff like that, is you just absolutely never know what's going to happen, so it keeps it exciting,
Oh, very much so. So after the upcoming GWAR tour in August, do you have any more plans with Battlecross for the rest of the year?
I know that our manager as working on tours and stuff, we don't have tours set up, but we have a couple cool shows. I know that we're going to be doing Knotfest. Yeah, we're going to be doing that, and that's, you know, a super killer festival that I've, you know, worked at before. And then we're doing Heavy MTL in Montreal, which, you know, that's another one that I hear is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, you know, we have stuff here and there, and we're waiting to hear about tours, you know.
Oh, very cool. It's cool to see those festival shows in North America as well. I mean, Europe is so known for doing the European festivals. It's good to see some North American festivals like that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that the Battlecross guys, they had done, I don't know if they've done Knotfest, but I know that they did Heavy MTL, and they had nothing but positive things to say about the whole thing, you know, just so that it's set up so good, you know, that they get treated great, and that the crowd and everything is just insane. So I'm really looking forward to a lot of this stuff coming up, you know.
Oh, very much so. I do wish that Slipknot was back around my area as well. The first incarnation of Knotfest was over in Somerset, Wisconsin, which since I moved, I'm actually about 45 minutes away from, but I actually went to the first one, and it was an absolutely killer time, and so I know the one out in California is going to be just as good.
Yeah, absolutely. I had, like I said, I had worked at the one last year, and the whole entire time I was like, man, I wish I was playing this so bad. It's just so awesome. And then to hear, like, hey, you guys are doing it this year, it's like, sweet.
Definitely. So, I know you guys have done mainly support slots, and you guys have done some headlining shows as well. What do you feel more comfortable with Battlecross?
You know, it's kind of like they both have their perks, you know. There's not really one that we feel more comfortable with. You know, it's always nice to do, you know, when you're the headliner, it's cool to be able to, like, backline your gear, and, you know, you get there early and kind of get to take care of your business and all that stuff. But at the same time, with the Battlecross guys, you know, they're so, like, humble and down to earth. It's like, you know, when we're not the headliner, you know, they're the kind of guys that they always, you know, wait to make sure that the headliner gets taken care of first. That's one thing that I noticed about playing with them is they're, you know, even on this Crowbar tour, they're like, we're never going to load in gear unless they're all loaded in. We're never going to get in their way. We're never going to get in the way of their merch. You know, so it seems like with this band, just in general, it's like either way, you know, if we're the headliner, cool. If not, it doesn't even matter, you know, like they basically just try and make it as smooth as possible all around, and either way, regardless, you know, our goal is to just get on the stage and try and kill it as hard as possible.
And that's what I love about you guys. It seems like all of you have the same approach of just being that very humbling band, no matter who you're touring with, no matter who's going out to see you. You guys just seem so appreciative on and off the stage. I really love that.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I noticed about these guys, man, is they're all, you know, they're just like, whatever, you know, you put us in a closet, you put us in a corner, or whatever the circumstance, you know, once it's time to hit, you know, to do this, we're going to do this type of attitude. And I love that. And that, you know, it keeps me grounded. It keeps, you know, just playing with these guys, I've learned so much being around just really humble, good guys, man, that really have good intentions. It grows me. It makes me go, I want to be like that, you know, I want to learn from these guys. Because I'm a good 10 years younger than all of these guys. So it's like, it's cool to be around older dudes that are like, yeah, you know, like let's be this way, you know, let's be examples and stuff, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely the right approach. And you know, it's funny because like all the bands that I've ever played in as well, I've always been the youngest one by about like 10 or 15 years, so it's kind of cool to see that I'm not alone on that.
Yeah, definitely. That's how it's always been for me. Always the youngest, man. Always the baby of the tour or whatever.
It's also a cool thing too, you know, just like being the drummer and being able to watch everything in front of you, like all the experience, because you've been a part of such great bands who have been touring for so long, and like being the fresh member of the band and like seeing all the experiences for yourself, it's really cool. Yeah, you know, like, I mean, I've always kind of been like the young, I guess, you know, whatever you want to call it, drummer for hire, or filling guy, or whatever, just always like, you know, on to the next thing, or helping buddies out in bands and stuff, and it's cool, like, being in something that's like, okay, this is what it's like when you're in the band, you know, when you're like, you're a part of this family, you're a part of this unit, you know, and everyone's putting their all into it. It's a different approach rather than just like, yeah, you know, I'm just helping my buddies out, you know, for a couple tours, or I'm doing this album. It's like, no, at this point, it's like, you know, I'm a part of this, you know, I'm a part of
this unit, you know?
Oh, very much so. And speaking of that, even though you are a full member of Battlecross now, are you interested in doing any more of the Drummer for Hire stuff, or is Battlecross your main focus?
Oh no, I am always working, no matter what. You know, I mean, Battlecross is you know, when they call, you know, I go. But you know, when I'm home, I'm gigging constantly, teaching, playing with other bands. Always, I still have my band KROCKS that I do, and we have another album that's coming out in August as well.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, if you get the chance to check that out, that's going to be really cool. They're on Unique Leader Records, and they taking a break for a little while, but you know, I think that hopefully between Battlecross tours I'll be able to do that too. Yeah, like I said, I'm always just constantly on the lookout for things. I'm always just trying to work, you know, as much as possible.
Yeah, and that's definitely a good way to go about it too, because with metal, I mean, it's so hard to be able to make a full career, especially as being like a metal drummer and stuff, so it's always good to keep busy like that as much as you are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of my biggest inspirations, that was some of the first thing I noticed. You know, I was always looking up to guys like Tim Young and Kevin Talley, Shannon Lucas, you know, Samus from Decrepit, and it's like, you know, I noticed like all of these guys, I was like, man, they sure do play in a lot of bands, you know, and getting into it, you know, I guess, you know, whatever you want to call it, getting into the industry or the circle, whatever, it's like, yeah, you know, a lot of these bands, you know, it's really hard, you know, they're not making a lot of money, you know, if any money at all, you know, so it's like to try and keep afloat playing drums, it's like you got to constantly just be, you know, on the lookout for things and try and be, what's the word, expendable or whatever, you know, dynamic enough to be able to like go into any situation and be used by the band, you know?
Oh, very much so. And even with that, even financially wise aside, just being able to play in different bands is such good for inspiration and creativity.
Yeah, you know, you grow each time you do it and you learn new things. I mean, for me, you know, I mean, I've been touring since I was about 18, and it's like, I'm 22 now, and I feel like every single tour that I've done has just been an absolute, like, learning experience, you know? You learn something new every single time and grow from it, you know, and it makes you better and better and better, you know?
Oh, very much so. And again, with the amazing resume that you have so far, I mean, you work with some of the best musicians in metal out there, and I can only see that keep happening in the future.
Thank you, man. I'm hoping so.
I probably should wrap this up here. I know you guys are going to be hitting the stage pretty soon. Is there anything else that you'd like to bring up that I haven't brought up yet?
Shoot, no, I think that pretty much covers it. No, I'm really thankful, you know, that I got to, you know, take the time to talk with you a little bit, and appreciate all the kind words, man. And yeah, I think that's it. We're going to be getting ready to hit the stage here soon, so I'll probably be doing some stretching, warming up, and then going to have a good time.
Oh, awesome. Again, I wish that I was able to make it out today, but I know with Battlecross, I know you guys will be coming back to Minnesota pretty soon, and I'm very happy to see this Crowbar tour and GWAR and all of the great shows that you got.
We're really looking forward to it, man.
Oh, not a problem. Once again, this was Alex from Battlecross. Make sure to check out the new album in August, and if you can't catch the Crowbar tour, make sure to catch them on tour with GWAR in August. This is that German guy, Josh Runquist. Thank you.